Hello, foodies, and welcome back to another episode of Food in Review Shorts. Today is November the 3rd, or actually November the 4th when I'm recording this. My name is John, and here's a friendly reminder of some housekeeping. This weekend is our annual event in Edinburgh, Scotland, of course. We are hanging out on this Saturday, November 9th at Lane 7, where the footies can play some pool, darts, and meet some of the crew like Chris, John talking foot, and of course, I'll be there myself. So come and say hi. We also got a slightly different schedule this week. Today's short. Wednesday's episode 636 featuring Daniel and Shaq. And this Saturday, it's also Daniel making his second big show of the week because I will be in Edinburgh, of course. That also means no shorts on this Wednesday and Thursday because simply my schedule with the traveling will not allow that. And of course, if you're a Patreon supporter, you get all these shows one day earlier. Talking about Patreon supporter, a special thanks to Daniel R, aka Rushy, for his exceptional support as a Food in Review Skybox holder. Now, on to the content. This weekend has brought us a Retegui SBC, Lindsay Horan SBC. Today we got another upgrade combo, which we'll talk about first. A Hero SBC hit this weekend as well too, and it is time to talk about the Putella Player of the Month who also arrived today. And I have to tune the music down because I was wrong. And if you're wrong, you should say it out loud. So without further ado, it's time for a You're Wrong. What's wrong, says Daniel? What's wrong with the... Well, I've got to apologize to the whole of Australia, but especially to Jeremy, who pointed me to the fact that I said in last week's shorts that Ellie Carpenter is apparently from New Zealand. But obviously, she is from Australia, so that's a big whoops for me. So apologies to the whole... to everyone in Australia. And Jeremy, thank you for letting me know. But hereby it is corrected. Of course, she's from Australia and not New Zealand. I want to start today though with the 81 plus combo. I really hoped when we got some of these big SPCs like Putellas, which we'll discuss in a bit, I hoped we will finally have some player picks. Unfortunately, the new 81 plus combo pack is not a player pick. You get a pack containing 2 rare player items, with one guaranteed to be 81 or higher and one 77 or higher. So there's a couple of things frustrating me. The first thing is we really need player picks by now. The other thing is if you call a pack, and I've said this before, I think an 81 plus combo, I'm expecting 281 plus and not 181 plus in a random 77 somewhere. Also, just why, right? Just it could be different. I think the naming is weird. I don't think this is necessarily the best upgrade path, anyways. And just putting it out there, we really need ourselves some player picks. All right. That out of the way, though, I think it's time to discuss some of the players. And let's start with a striker, another striker from the Serie A. It is time for Retegui. Or Retegui, I don't know exactly how you should pronounce that, but I'm trying. I'm trying. He comes in around 40k, 38k on PlayStation, and of course Xbox, and about 45,000 coins on the PC market. He is an 86 rated striker. Like I said, 40k. He's 3-star skill move, 4-star weak foot, 6'1" on 186 centimeter, false 9 plus, target forward plus, and a poacher plus plus. So it's the Italian version of Haaland, I almost say. Look at the playstyles. He has the Trivella plus playstyle. Yes, that is rather good, but he also has the chip shot. Which striker doesn't have the chip shot these days? The finesse shot, normal. The first touch, the press proven. But the Trivella plus really stands out. Looking at the stats, of course, He is reasonably fast with 83 and 87, not his best point, but he's got 91 finishing. He's got 95 attacking position, 88 shot power. Short passing is 85. His composure is 89 with 88 ball control and 89 reaction. But that's not it. Not all. He also has 97 heading accuracy with 89 jumping and 95 strength. This is not a very big player, but this is a very strong player with amazing shooting stats, in my honest opinion. A player costing 40,000 coins, right? With Trivella plus 4-star weak foot, which I don't think that's 4 stars like good enough for this. With these shooting finishing stats, I think is an amazing value. And I'm almost calling this one a must-do. Poacher plus plus, it has to be your style, but if you just want to get players running in behind, I could think that is your style. This would work. I think this is an amazing card, honestly. I'm saying this is a must-do. If you look at this is the weird thing for me though. If you look at how many players hate this, 401 upvotes, 1,000 downvotes. But honestly, I think it's an awesome card. So I would say Retegui, Mario Retegui. Yeah, I don't see anything wrong with him. Also lengthy. Just if you can do him, do him. If you have a Serie A squad, I think it's a perfect addition to him. To the team, of course. Next on my list is another Gamble SBC. It's none other than the base hero upgrade. And this one does not give you a maximum rating on the player. You totally get a random base hero item. It costs a total of 150 or 155 currently 1,000 coins. I think it's a very good SBC to do. 150,000. There are of course players that are worth far less than this, right? I have to be honest. I packed Cordoba from the same pack, which of course is a pretty awesome pack. Pool cost 603,000, so I was very lucky doing this. But I think for 150 for an uncapped hero, it's fair. I think it's a fair price, but it's actually so much better than the last time we got the hero gamble thingy. That I think I'm not saying this is a must do. Of course, you can't ever recommend heroes or icon SPCs gamble packs as must do. But I think this one is actually reasonably priced. It is still, of course, hit and miss. I think there's a 40% chance to get something that is worse than you got, but still, 40% is pretty, 60% chance you get something that's worth more. So I think the hero SBC is definitely worth a gamble. Although, of course, never gamble if you don't really have coins from it. I wouldn't spend points or coins on making sure you can do this. But if you have the folder laying around, I think it's a pretty cool and a fairly priced upgrade or gamble SBC, honestly. And if you're lucky, you get Cordoba. So, hey, I was lucky. We talked about my mistake with Carpenter, but no, Carpenter had, when the dynamic image last week arrived the first time, she had the picture from Lindsay Horan. And of course, Lindsay Horan this weekend got also a SBC and, well, with the same dynamic image we have seen before. So that was a pretty cool touch, I think. She comes in at around 145,000 coins. 4-star, 4-star. I think that's very decent. 6 foot, 5'9", 175 centimeters with Playmaker plus plus on the CM, box to box plus on the cam, Playmaker plus and Shadow Striker plus, but definitely Playmaker plus plus. And if you look at her playstyle, she's got the power shots, she's got the dead balls, she's got finesse, long ball pass, incisive pass, pinged pass plus acrobatic and aerial. I don't care too much about acrobatic and aerial, but having 3 out of 5 passing playstyles with 1 on passing plus, like the ping pass plus, 3 out of 5 from scoring, that is actually pretty neat. And if we look at her stats, then you see first thing people start to notice is, hey, she's not that fast. I don't think you need that much speed on midfield, honestly. As a cam, maybe a little bit more, but on center midfield, it's perfectly fine. But then look at the fact she's got 90 reactions, 90 ball control, 89 dribbling, 86 composure, with 95 jumping, which is pretty cool. But her passing is short passing 92, long pass 93, free quick accuracy is actually 89 with a vision of 91, shooting 89, attacking position, slightly lower finishing with 85, but shot power 91. I think this is actually a really, really cool center midfielder that can dribble really nicely, that has 4-star, 4-star, has perfect passing stats, has perfect stats for turning around to like dribbling a little bit. She's not very weak, I think, either, with 88 strength. I really liked the look. Oh, I like the other dynamic image, but she wasn't there. But I really like the look of this type of card. A center midfielder that is able to prove themselves as well if they get the ball and have to take a shot in. And especially when you also have the power shot normal on her, the dead ball normal with a 89 free kick accuracy. It's pretty rad. There's nothing wrong with this card. And please let the 83 acceleration with the 82 sprint speed not take you off how good this card actually does look to me. The problem is, though, should I consider her a must do? No, I think this is definitely a could do because of the League 1 isn't the easiest link currently. The Division Arkema, of course, but also she is US, and which still is a bit hard to link unless you did, for example, Morgan as well. I think there are options there, but that's my only downside is she's going to be hard to link for. But this is a pretty awesome card, honestly, to have in your team. Let's say, like I said, it's a could do, but I don't think anyone can regret doing this SBC. Talking about regretting doing an SBC, there's one SBC we knew was coming, which we knew would be on the table very soon, and we were all looking forward to that. One of the best center midfielders in the game. It's none other than Alexia Putella, the 91 rated center midfielder or cam from Barcelona, the player of the month card with a kitty on her dynamic image. So that's pretty cool. Of course, we already had a 91 rated rush card, which is currently 1.6 million, and we have a 90 rated center midfielder card, was 325,000. But now we also have a 91 rated center midfielder, which you can just do one of the best center midfielder in the game from an SBC. But, and this is a big but, she comes in at 1.45 million to do. 1.45 million to do. While her normal card is 90 rated, 300 and a little bit. So 1.1 more expensive than a non-inform, but there's nothing wrong with this card. I'm just going to start there. Like 5-star, 5-star, 5-8, perfect dribbling. Like the dribbling stats are truly amazing with excellent passing, amazing shooting. I think this is like one of the best cards you can get in game. Tiki Taka plus, she's got it all. So no doubt there. You talk about value in a moment, but you can't go wrong with having Putella in your team. Like period. She will work, definitely. But she's so expensive, especially over her non-inform. And if you look at the non-inform, she's overall just one stat less than everything. I think the only thing that changed is one playstyle less or plus. But honestly, I think the difference is negligible, and you will not actually feel a difference if you use these cards next to each other. Then you're asking, how can EA price this card at 1.4 million? And that has to do with the fact that she has got this rush card, which is currently 1.6 million and extremely rare to get to actually pack when the promo got out. While I hate the fact it's 1.4 million, and I can't recommend anyone doing this SBC because of the extreme value on it, like the price is just way too high compared to the little boost you got on the 90 rated. I would always get the 90 rated non-informed card. I also get EA doesn't pick the actual player of the month. This is voted by La Liga itself and the teams and the players there. So she gets a voted card 2 weeks after a promotion has her as well. If you would have bought the Rush card 2 weeks ago, this card comes out and suddenly is 500,000 coins. Your Rush card will be priced out of the market. You will lose like 1 million on this card. And that would suck tremendously. And I think in these situations, again, don't get me wrong, the price is way too high. But I don't think he has much of a choice in this situation than to price these SBCs high, because else, if you would have spent 2 weeks ago on getting this card, you will feel absolutely horrific. And that's something EA has done in the past as well. Conclusion for me, Putellas is an amazing card. You can't go wrong with her. Also, my conclusion, always just get the 19 rated card because you will not notice a difference. Plus, that's still a brilliant, one of the best center midfielders in games, period. The value of this SBC, it is overpriced, but I don't think EA can do much about it. And I'm actually sort of glad they made it this expensive, because if you were lucky enough to get the card 2 weeks ago, or you went out of your way to buy him, and I know coins can be hard to come by, it will feel very bad. And we've seen EA do that in the past. I have complained about the fact they've done that. This time they didn't, so I'm not going to complain about the fact she's there. The other side, 1.4 million is a lot, but I do think if you keep your folder separate, there's a way to go grinding at this. Although I do think we need a player pick SBC for it. Generally speaking, if you want Putellas now and you have 1.5 million laying around, please just get the rush card. If you want to Putellas now, but you don't have 1.5 million, just get the non-informed card. You'll be perfectly fine. You won't notice any difference. If you want something to work on for the next 30 days, I think it's still a perfect card to work on. Still too expensive, but it is still a terrific, amazing, brilliant card. Not enough good things I can say about this. And of course, brilliant dynamic image. But you can't go wrong with this card. I am personally not going to go there because I think 14 SBC challenges is just way too much for me to grind towards to. I think I would just buy the 90 rated one, but I think I've said sort of enough. But I am glad personally that EA decided not to make it half the price. Not because, hey, it's just November, how can I make it the price? We've seen way more expensive SBCs like Mbappe last year at the same time. But we did not get a promotion card, which was sort of available. So, good SBC, way too expensive, perfect card. You can grind towards it for the next 30 days if you want, and you won't go wrong there. If you want to now, get the non-informed. And I'm glad EA doesn't devaluate the 91 rated rush card, because I think that would feel way worse for the people that got that card. I think it's also just a little bit unlucky, and a friendly reminder that EA does not decide who wins the player of the month. That out of the way, I think that's all from me. I will do my utmost best, if you are a Patreon supporter, to get the new tree at the back I've been working on. I've been grinding myself to Division 1 with that. To put it out on the Patreon this week, or maybe this weekend when I'm in Edinburgh, to share the least with the people there. I think it works, but it does need a little bit of explanation, and that's why we're working on a video for that now. There's a Patreon exclusive video, reminder, patreon.com/futinreview, not only because you want to get those extra content things we do, like the coachings, the extra videos, the extra shows, etc. But more important, because you support us, you want us to keep this doing, and you can spare $1 a week for us as well. Thank you so much for everyone that does support us. Thank you, Daniel, for going the extra mile, of course. And see you tomorrow with Daniel, Wimby, and Shaq on episode 636. But now, for me, it's time to drop it.
Drop it.
U
T.
U
T.
U
T.
U T
T.
T.